They missiles flying guided, inside a world divided. I'ma lead up the resistance that's already been decided. Nothing will divide us. Egyptians used to get around and glide us. Trappers always abound as pounds of blood and guts inside us. Arizona Wilder said Diana was a sacrifice, bringing in the age of Horus. Pentagrams have appetites, slaughterhouses, abattoirs, meat works, cattle bras, depopulation and HIV by John Rappaport. Baba Sama hunger, Jabalon's a strange god, great architect of the universe in the space pod. Oak leaves, fascies, Nazis and resigns, symbolisms everywhere, it's all up in the designs. And every time a peace sign is thrown up, that's the devil's claw. Did you know there was a base under the Denver airport? Art Bell, George Norrie, call us with they war stories. Hotlines from east of the Rockies with all the ghost stories. Diabolic, Scientologists sedated. L. Ron Hubbard, mashed potato brain, the famous mother of the darkness. Castle hallways are enormous, near the village of Muno in Belgium next to farmers. They program children inside the walls of that satanic building, referred to as the castle of the kings by all the noble gilded male phallus. Upright pillar in the chalice, with a blindfold over the eyes and a balance. There's cloud busters, shooting ports up at chemtrails. Applaud a vagabond dog as dog eat up your entrails. Iron up an infamil, high as hell off Seroquel. Depakote to silent killer, Rosicrucians loving hell, the beast is risen. This underground, this ain't commercialism. Women feeling good about themselves, injecting botulism.
Shadow of spaceships, Illuminati, Masons, conspiracies, all this is just scratching the fucking surface. What you know about fucking crack?
You can't hide from telepathic mind control. You can't run. Draconians enslave your soul. Rolling caps melt. You see it coming to Planet X. Reptilian beasts, they come to take our planet next. You can't see when so-called leaders hide the truth. You're not free. Illuminati holding the proof. Prepare for nuclear bomb blast. Coming to Armageddon, strip the chip from your palm fast and send devils to heaven.
Supreme deities with angels and demons. Brain is misleading, genetically splicing, altered and faltered for their convenience. Outside they acquire galaxies, valiantly rousing maladies, balancing founding fallacies, bouncing across the boundaries of all dimensions. It's just perplexing, rifting comprehension. Open up your third eye, realize the herd's blind. 6 billion sheep along defenseless cattle for the evil. After golden human flesh, I'm begging sacrifices equal to all these false gods, Anunnaki devils and shapeshifters. Like snakes slither hidden from our visions of slates written in ancient times. They tried to warn us, but we didn't listen. Olden wisdom banished by new systems of religion, driven by the very lizards themselves. Brainwash society, Illuminati in on the actual full sobriety. The governments are earth undeniably serve the serpents under the surface. Cold-blooded politicians have heard us. It's urgent that we learn the purpose of this. Prepare for Holocaust, civilians, kid your names on the list. The mark of the beast, unleashed within the physical realm. Exist the digits that spell the 666s of hell. Imprisoned in cells and underground labyrinths some fell. That's where the demons be, at Carter colonies. The autonomy of atrocity. No theories or hypotheses, it's real as it gets. I'm trying to tell the population to unite as a sect. It's
you
all
can't hide from telepathic mind control. You can't run. Draconians enslave your soul. Rolling caps melt. You see it coming to Planet X. Reptilian beasts, they come to take our planet next. You can't see when so-called leaders hide the truth. You're not free. Illuminati holding the proof. Prepare for nuclear bomb blast. Coming to Armageddon, strip the chip from your palm fast and send devils to heaven.
I build reptilians caps just like Hannibal Lecter. Rip off they fucking mandibles and spit cannibal lectures. And your intestines rob Christmas trees with skulls dangling. Decapitation of Grand Dragon Master Masons. Halfling faggot faces blowing the fuck off, brains dangling. Chop up these spineless motherfuckers worshiping Satan. Eating women and children, raw as all vanilla. Your face is fucking shape-chipped into Godzilla. The Zodiac killers, we behead Leviathan. Iron like a lion from Zion, spitting fires, wind, divine design to rhyme Christ-like and mad slicks. A blind light to these kids, infinite beyond the blind side. Designed to tie this shit. Fuck trilateral commission, satellites trying to fry my brain. The gods must be crazy, no, not insane. Escaping gas chambers through the astral projection, laughing peasants. In a fraction of a second, I pass back and
you can't hide from telepathic mind control. You can't run. Draconians enslave your soul. Rolling caps melt. You see it coming to Planet X. Reptilian beasts, they come to take our planet next. You can't see when so-called leaders hide the truth. You're not free. Illuminati holding the proof. Prepare for nuclear bomb blast. Coming to Armageddon, strip the chip from your palm fast and send devils to heaven.
I spit prophetic
horns regarded in the omens of the ancient. Mystic gifts in the mist like this bliss, the mind's meditation, soul levitation. Break barriers to solve the equation. I'm hardly impatient, look to the darkness, calm for a spaceship. The entire human race basis in this oasis. A genetic experiment where a mixed breed with semen, we're not aware of it. Religion is false, evolution is false. Get down on your knees and pray to the reptilian boss, killing the cross. Mass media corruption, influence of the seduction. Shapeshifters in the shadow behind the panel, pushing the button. The Ronnie Martin authored novel, The Coming of 10. They done it once, so what the fuck does it matter if they done it again? As the code attacks your spinal cord, I'm dropping final thoughts. We in the final war. Millions of years ago, they was here with the globe with nukes, killing the dinosaurs. A prophecy from Anunnaki to the Illuminati that probably body me for my philosophy. I rock the beat. It take more than you slimy snake to topple me. I do a verse, it's soft and tragic. Conspiracy theory epitome in this universe holographic. With the thoughts of a master, throw a fit when I spit over the patent.
Anton LaVey, Aleister Crowley, the evilarchy that is trying to take away our freedoms and establish a Luciferian New World Order.
A little-known occult group may have been an inspiration for one of the most terrifying ideologies of the 20th century. It formed a dark fellowship that was established nearly 100 years ago. It seems that its original members believed that they could live below the Earth's surface and fly to distant stars. Their power would be a mysterious substance called Vril. They also believed that one day they would take over the world. They came very close. The mysterious group claimed influence in the highest ranks of the German power structure of the 1930s. This dark fellowship may have been a Nazi cult.
On a Swiss mountaintop, armed guards protect a secret meeting of the world's power elite. At Yale University, the scions of America's first families confess their sexual exploits from a gruesome coffin. In a smoke-filled room, a handful of power brokers manipulate the global economy. These are the purported activities of some of America's secret societies, groups with names like Bilderberg, Skull and Bones, and the Trilateral Commission.
What people were going to see is going to make their hair curl. What's been going on in front of their face and behind their back all their lives, while they thought a completely different story was unfolding.
A lot of people are familiar with the more famous names that are connected to these secret societies, Henry Kissinger, David Rockefeller, etc., etc. But there are literally hundreds of top-level, very powerful people who are at the inner core of these secret societies.
From the United States' earliest history, secret societies such as the Freemasons and the Oddfellows have existed. Their rituals, symbols, and secret handshakes have offered an endless source of fascination and speculation for the uninitiated. Now, according to a small but growing number of conspiracy theorists, these purportedly benign institutions are part of a sinister plot.
There is in truth a hidden hand that's working behind the scenes, behind all these apparently unconnected organizations. And they are advancing quietly, unseen, an agenda for world government, world central bank, world currency, world army, and a microchip population. And it's not done openly, because if we knew that was the agenda, we'd scream very loudly.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go wild.
I'm sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web.
Number 322. Before we go, you and George Bush were both members of Skull and Bones, the secret society at Yale. The rule is, if someone mentions Skull and Bones, you walk out of the room. If you're both in a you're both in a presidential debate, and the moderator says Skull and Bones, do you both leave the podiums?
I doubt it.
You'll hang in there.
I think you'll see both of us have a terrific... You know, I'd love to have a debate with the president right now. There's so much to talk about for our country.
You go look through history, and history is just one long list of conspiracies. In fact, I often tell people if it's not an act of God, it's a conspiracy.
Although there are hundreds of secret societies operating in the United States, there are a few whose names appear frequently. They are the Freemasons, Skull and Bones, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and the most secretive of all, Bilderberg.
Yes, we can. 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 Thank you, say. 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 Yes, so it's so competent. Here, Magnum, is this up to the Fransers? Thank you, say. Yes, so it's so competent. Here, Magnum, is this up to the Fransers? Thank you, say. Yes, so it's so competent. We shall overcome. Yes, we can. A man touched down on the moon. Thank you, say. Master will ask you. Thank you, say. Master will ask you. Thank you, say. Master will ask you. He knows how America can change. Yes, we can. America, we have come so far. Thank you, say. Thank you, say. Thank you, say.